Hi there, flutes. Today we're going to get you making some sounds on your flute and see if we can play a few different notes on your flute. It's really important that you're able to make a clear sound on your head joint before you try to make sounds on your flute. If you're having trouble making a clear sound on just your head joint, you're probably going to have a hard time making sound on your flute. So really get your head joint sound to be really clear and get that long, clear sound. So you want to use a mirror to help you see what you're doing. You want to make sure you're not puffing your cheeks. Corners are back here. Is how you want that to look. Very small hole. Very focused air. Can you do that? And then remember that you can also get those different sounds when you cover the end of your head joint. Get a low sound and a high sound. If you're not getting the low sound, you might need to make your hole that you're blowing through in your embouchure a little bit smaller. And just think about focusing that air in. And high. So play around with that. Really get good at getting those sounds on your head joint, getting comfortable with that, learning what that feels like, remembering what that feels like. Then you'll put your flute together. Remember to make sure that your head joint lines up the hole all the way with all these keys. Make sure your foot joint, this key right here where your pinky is going to rest, is lined up with the rods right here. So when we're holding our flute, we're going to put our pinky right here on this. Okay, our other three fingers would rest on these keys. Our thumb is going to go right underneath our pointer finger here. Okay. Now, even if we're not pressing these three fingers down, our pinky can be down here on this pinky key. This helps us balance the flute. So our right hand is going to have it here, and then our left hand, the thumb is going to go in the back on this key right here, not this one, but this one. And then we're going to skip the very top and put our finger here. These two fingers are next to each other. Pinky would go on this little key right here, but we're not using that. And notice that there's a key that we're skipping between these two fingers. These fingers should not be all three fingers together in any way, shape, or form. It should be this and then a skip to this finger. Okay, so this is where our fingers are going to go. The best way to pick up your flute and to help you make sure that you're holding it the right way is to lay it down on your lap with the flute, the head joint off on your left. Let me back up here a little bit more. Let me bring the camera down so you can see my lap. Okay, so you have the flute down in your lap. Okay, you're going to take 4 fingers. You're going to put those 4 fingers down right where you're where the flute goes on here. So you find the spot where those 4 fingers go, and then you're going to pick up the flute and hold it straight up and down with just your right hand. Then you're going to take your left hand, come over from the left, bring your left hand on, and get your left hand into those finger positions. Okay, so let's try that again. 4 fingers of our right hand. Okay, lay them down. Pick up the flute straight up and down. Take your left hand, bring your left hand to it. This is how your hand should be. Then when you bring your flute up, it's going to go off to your right hand side. You don't turn your head at all. Notice that my head is staying still. I just bring my right arm back to bring the flute up to my face. Okay? So that's really important that you're bringing the flute up that way. So let's talk about some sounds that we're going to make on our flute. We're going to press down our thumb on this key right here and our pointer finger on this key right here. This note is called B. B natural. It sounds like this. And again, I have my pinky pressing down right here on this key, not this one, not this one, this one right here. Pressing my pinky down. These other fingers are not pressed down. These other fingers are not pressed down. Only my thumb and my pointer finger. This is the note B. Can you match this sound? And if you're not getting a sound, make sure your head joint is in the right spot. You probably want to look in a mirror and see, what does it look like? Does it look the same as when I was blowing on my head joint? And if you're looking real close at how my lips look, you You can see it's the same embouchure that I was blowing with. And I'm blowing air across the hole. So I have my thumb and one finger pressed down. And that note's called B natural. Let's try that again. Here's B natural. If yours doesn't match mine, it could also mean that you have some other fingers down that you don't need to have down. Okay? Now we're going to add our middle finger, and remember that there's a space here. We're not going to put it on the second key. We're going to skip a key and put our middle finger down. So we have two fingers spread out and our thumb. It's going to sound like this. That note's called A. Now if you're getting a really high sound, or just relax your air a little bit to get that nice mellow sound, okay? So again, A. Try it again. So let's try playing B and then A. So one finger and then our second finger. And notice that my fingers, even though I'm not pressing them down, I'm not putting them down here away from the keys. I'm still keeping them near the keys. That way they're ready to go. So this is where my fingers always go. Sometimes they're squeezed down, sometimes they're not. So B, add the finger, A. Okay, here's again B and A. Now let's try one more note. Put the third finger down. That's going to be G. So this is B, A, G. G sounds like this. Can you match that? And again, if it's high, just warm up your air like you're trying to fog up a mirror or fog up some glass. Really warm air through. So try to match those sounds. Let's try again playing B, A, and G. See if you can get those three notes with me. Here's B, A, G. Do it again. A, G. I'm going to see if I can get the camera a little bit more so you can see my fingers. So I'm going to raise it up here. And then I'm going to change the angle down so you can see my fingers a little bit better. Okay, so watch again. Here's B, A, and G. B. And notice that this whole time, this pinky is squeezed down. Watch again. A, G. Also notice how the flute is resting on this curved part of my finger. So my finger here kind of wraps around to get, so like in between where the thumb and this is, it rests in here. Okay, so that's a really important thing to get. Now, I'm going to play Hot Cross Buns for you so you can see how that song goes. If you're interested in learning that, you're able to play that when you can play B, A, and G. So here you go. B, Now, you don't have to play Hot Cross Buns, but I know some of you would probably enjoy learning that. That's why I wanted to show that to you. So again, we're just trying to make sure we can get some different sounds on our flute. B, A, and G are some great starting notes. Let's try that one more time together. Ready? Go. Remember to clean out your flute the way we talked, and have a great day. Good luck.